Hi everyone. Sorry about that. Sorry for the initial issues. Hopefully you can all see me now. Just if you can type in the chat that you can, we can get started. Um, just give that 1 second just to make sure. Okay. Hey Kelly. Great. So let's, today there's a lot of good questions in the comments for the blog post, and most of the questions will lead to certain things that I was going to share with everyone today anyways. So I think the best way to go about it is let's just go right into the questions. So 1 second. So the first question here is from Crispina, and she's asking, when can we have successful selling on trading? So I'm assuming you mean the fact that the volume on DDEX is very low. It's almost non-existent. Um, the answer to that is, we've been waiting to get this trading widget live for quite some time now. I realize it's taking much longer than what we'd like, um, but we're very close now. So what I wanted to do today is show everyone what it's going to look like, so at least you can start seeing how it'll work for you. We have still some final tests that we're trying to do. I'm hoping we can get it done today. It may run into next week, but we're much closer than we were a week ago, and so I still remain positive that we can get this live either today or Monday or Tuesday of next week. So let's take a quick look at what the trading widget will look like, and I'll walk you through it. So pretty much, let me make this a little bit smaller actually. Okay, so this is, basically at the top of what is currently your trade history page. And so now the name of the page will be buy and sell coins. So you come here, you'll see first the wallet that you have associated to your account. And then the next lines are, and this is mock-up for the new coin that will be coming out soon as well, which is the Empower Blue coin. So you can see here, you'll see the balance of how many Empower Blue coins you have in your wallet, and what is the amount of that in your local currency, whatever the local currency that you have set to your account. Then you'll see how much Ether you have in your wallet and what the value of that is in your local currency. And then for those of you that are experienced on DDEX, you know about how in order to make trades, you need to wrap and unwrap your Ether, because wrapped Ether is what you use to pay for the gas costs, and also if you want to buy coins, you need wrapped Ether on DDEX. From the feedback that we've gotten from everyone, this wrapped Ether, it's already confusing enough on using the trading exchange for people that have never used cryptocurrency before. And so the whole entire point of this widget is to make it as easy as possible for people that have never used cryptocurrency to basically earn from the things that they're doing on the platform, cash it out, and then immediately come to this widget and buy and sell coins so that they can trade without having to know how to wrap or unwrap Ether or any of that. And so we thought maybe a better term here is call it your ETH reserved. So you have it reserved for trading on the exchange. So and this icon right here will explain what that means. So for those of you that already know what wrapped and unwrapped Ether is, you'll be able to tell. And so pretty much that'll show how much wrapped Ether you have and the dollar amount there, and then your total. And so then you can choose whether you want to sell or if you want to buy coins. How many Empower Blue coins do you wish to sell? Or if you have the buy selected, how many do you wish to buy? Type in the amount that you want here. And then right here will show you, so in this example, it's showing that I'm going to sell the coins. So it'll say I will earn whatever amount of Ether for selling the coins. And by the way, this is all based on the market price. And the reason why we've set it that way is to ensure that When you place your order, the likelihood that it will get accepted is much higher as opposed to you having to figure out what price you want to set it at. So this is all just market orders. And so this will show how much you earn, how much in fees, which is the gas cost and the 0.1% fee that DDEX charges, and then what is the actual total amount that you'll receive. So then you'll click this Sell EMPRB button. You'll get a confirmation, and for those of you that are experienced, basically what happens is your trade gets placed, either a buy or sell depending on what you've chosen, and we will have set an expiration time of 1 hour. So if your trade doesn't get executed within that hour, you'll just get the funds returned to you, and then you can try again. That way no one's funds are being held up for any longer than an hour, but most likely, since these are market orders, they'll go much faster. And so what this widget does that you don't see here is all the other intricacies that you have to go through in order to trade for the first time on DDEX. It all handles it for you on the back end. So as an example, when you go to DDEX and you first trade, if you're trying to sell the Empower coins, you have to activate the coins to be tradable on the exchange. So that's a process in and of itself. When you come here and you try to sell Empower coins, when you go to sell it, we check and see, are those coins activated to be sellable? If not, activate it for the person that clicked the button. So all that's taken care of for you. At the same time, like I mentioned, you need to have wrapped Ether in order to make any trades, whether it's a sell or a buy, because at the very least you need to pay the gas cost and fee from DDEX. And so we will wrap the Ether. We'll know how much you want to buy or sell and how much in wrapped Ether you need for that to happen. And on the back end, we'll do that for you, so you don't have to go through the trouble of figuring out how to do that. And then, so as we're wrapping Ether, let's say that you sold some coins and now you have one wrapped Ether worth of coins here in your Ether reserve balance. If you want to unwrap it so that you have it in actual Ether, so that you can go to Coinbase or whatever site you use to turn that into your local currency, all you need to do is just click this release button, and that's the same thing as basically unwrapping your Ether. So, and then once you do that, you'll see a confirmation, and it'll take a few minutes based on the blockchain to unwrap that Ether, so you have it in your Ether balance. So that's basically how the trading widget is going to work. And like I said, it's taken a lot longer than we would have liked, but there's a lot going on the back end to make this process as kind of user friendly as possible. The idea here is, like I've been mentioning, we are really focused on the beta launch that's coming up and the marketing to bring in a massive amount of users in a short period of time. And most of these people have no idea what cryptocurrency is, let alone trading on an exchange. And so we wanted to make this as simple as possible so that as these people come in, they're able to start buying and selling easily, and then the trading volume that we desperately need in order for the ability for you to sell the coins that you're earning in order to enable that. So we believe that once this goes live, it'll, one, obviously make it much easier for people to buy and sell coins on the exchange, but two, and as a result of that, it means that the trading volume will increase. And to take that even a step further, as all of you hopefully know, one of the key factors to determining how much you have to shop with in the marketplace and cash advance is dependent on how you're doing in your trading bar, your trading volume bar. And so what we're also, once we give it a couple weeks to see how everyone is liking the trading widget, and we get your feedback and make any tweaks, the next step will be for us to enable you to set and automate your trading if you wish. So let's say that you want to trade $100 a day to make sure that your trading bar is always full, so you have maximum cash advances and shopping. Well, then you can go and set in a setting to say, trade $100 for me, $10 at a time each day, and then the widget can basically just do it for you, always setting the best price, which is the market price. And then that way you can set it and forget it. You're getting your trading bonuses, you're seeing your cash advances and shopping balances as high as they possibly can based on all your other activities. And so that's where this is headed. I know it's been a long time coming, but we still think that this is going to be a game changer for us. And this is one of the key missing things that we need in order for this whole process of being able to cash out and get your money quickly for the masses to be able to use this product. We think that this widget will help tremendously with that. So as a long-winded answer, Crispina, that's when we can have successful selling on the exchanges as soon as we get this trading widget live. And we've been focused on it. It's just been a real taxing thing, having to figure out all the intricacies of the APIs, the back-end stuff with DDEX, but we're very close now. And like I said, hopefully today, if not early next week, I still remain positive on that. Next question from Crispina is, when is it possible to have a breakdown of the maturing coins? It would be nice to see how much of those came from our sales and how much is available for shopping. So currently, we already have how much of your coins are available for shopping. That is, well, here we can go real quick. Right here is your available to shop in the marketplace. Oops. Available to shop in the marketplace if it wants to stay there. So in this case, I have $430 worth of coins maturing, and 23 of those are available to spend in the marketplace. So that's already broken out for you there. But as far as everything else, I understand what you're asking for. Sounds like a good feature. As with everything, we have a long list of priorities that we're trying to hit, so I'm not sure when we can get that for you, but it definitely makes sense, and I can see the value in that. So I'll make sure we have it down on the list, but just keep bringing it up if it's something that you think is important. Just like anything, the more people that we know want something and the more impact we think it's going to have on the community at large, the higher it can get up in our priority so that we get to it faster. So thanks for the idea, Crispina. That's a good one. William, I think the system is completely wrong. Any cash from sale goods should be paid directly into our wallets in our local currency, therefore allowing us to reinvest that money in more items. So, sorry, William, I don't have the time to go through the whole entire thing here. If you can please kind of break up your sentences, it makes it a lot easier for me to read everything when I'm live here in front of everyone. But basically what I'm getting from your message here is you sell something here on the platform, you sell it for $100, you want $100 in your Ether wallet for that item. Now, keep in mind that in order for people to have bought that $100 worth of things from you, they likely used either some or all of the balance that they have from their activities within Empower, or they might have spent some from their outside wallet as well. Now, here's the thing, as hopefully you're aware, I'm sure everyone here is aware, fraud is a real thing that unfortunately has plagued this platform, and it plagues the whole entire internet. As technology gets more and more advanced, fraudsters figure out new and clever ways to take advantage of things. And so we need to have certain levels of protection in place in order to make sure that the whole entire economy doesn't collapse because fraudsters are sucking 99.9% of all the value out of it. And so because of that, while I understand where you're coming from as far as wanting 100% value for the things that you're selling immediately, we just can't do that without basically having the whole entire thing collapse in and of itself, because fraudsters have and they will take advantage of the situation. And so we've already kind of learned this over the years. We've tried to open it up more, and we'll continue to figure out new ways to make sure that sellers get as much as possible. Right now, the things that we have in place are that as you're selling more, a larger percent of those sales will be eligible for cash advance for you right away. The reason why we have it that way is because we know that the amount of volume that's coming through, the risk to having fraudsters take everything out is lower that way, because the people that you're buying from, they all have their own algorithms tied to how fraudulent or not fraudulent may they be. These are all things that we've built into the platform to make sure that we can get sellers money as quickly as possible, as much as possible. So all that stuff is in place. We've spent years putting that together. I wish that we could give you 100% right off the bat, but as it is, you can have a certain percentage of it, a certain percentage of it available for cash advance immediately, 7 days after it's marked down and received, and the rest of it will mature, and you'll be able to cash it out as it becomes fully matured. With the maturity, a big part of that is that it enables the system to figure out, who's, the level of fraudulent behavior that certain accounts are behaving, and it allows us to have time to figure out, is this person that's selling tons of items to the same person over and over again, are they really a good seller, or are they actually just selling to the bots that they created to try and skim as much money out of the system as possible? These are all things that we have to consider on this end, that many of you, rightfully so, you want to just get your funds right away, and we understand that, but we need to, number one, focus on protecting the economy, and unfortunately that sometimes comes at a cost to making it as convenient as possible to everyone else that's actually trying to use the economy in a justful way. So to answer your question, it's just not possible for us to pay you 100% of all your funds directly. The more you do sell, if you're trading, if you're doing all the things in the 13 bars, the more you do that, the more that the system, the algorithms are designed to give you cash advances. That's why we built that system, is to make it as transparent as possible, that if you do these 13 things, the amount of risk that the system is able to take is greater, because you are doing the things that we need you to do to build this economy that we're trying to build. And we can also see the same things from the buyers that you're selling to. So it all is intertwined in pretty complex things on the back end that the system does. Saad, when did Empower update because transfer has stopped and coins are not selling? So I think I hit your answer already. As soon as we get this trading widget live, we believe that the selling on the exchange will start to pick up again. Buying and selling on the exchange will pick up again, and we'll get the volume that we need. Also, we have some new updates to algorithms that, like I just mentioned to William up there, that will make it so that we don't, with a new coin that gets launched, we don't believe it's going to deteriorate as much as the current one, the most recent one, has. So we have some learnings now. We have this new trading widget that's going to be coming out, and we have confidence that because of those things, we should see the volume on the exchange staying at levels at least that make it so that anyone, when you're earning coins here and cashing them out, if you want to sell them, you can sell them right away without having to wait. So we believe that we have the things needed that'll be coming live soon to make that happen. Valentine, I tried to read your question earlier, but I just don't quite understand what you're asking, and I can't pull up screenshots while we're on the live stream here. So please write to us at the coin if it's a personal issue, which it sounds like it is, and we'll do our best to get back to you as quickly as possible. Zapsys, can you please apply founder mission role to my account for 2 months free? I would like to test it. Yeah, unfortunately that's just not possible, Zapsys. The amount of value that you get as soon as you buy a mission role, a founder, none even more so, the amount of your cash advances goes up to basically pay for itself. So it doesn't make sense for us to give it for free, sorry. I would recommend you try at the $10 level at first, see how it works, and then I'm sure you'll see the value, and then you can work your way up if you'd like to try more. The seer, is the new exchange launching because DDEX not working? Um, no, DDEX is working. The problem is that the trading volume is very low, if not non-existent. So, like I said, as soon as we get the trading widget live, that should be resolved. Patrick, why is the seller become a bad citizen in the 13 bars if he sells a couple products to the same customer? He is not to blame for selling, shipping, and delivering his products. So, like I've mentioned this before, Patrick, I hear you 100%. But the problem is that we can't. There's no way for us to determine at this point in time that one person is legitimately selling to the same people because they just have built a good rapport with their customers and they have a great product that people want to buy, and they're just repeat customers that come back. We don't have the ability to differentiate between that person and the person that created 1,000 bots and is selling to the same people over and over again just to rape the system of funds. So unfortunately, it's not ideal, like I mentioned, I think, to William up there, but that's the best that we have in place right now. And this is something that we've mentioned not just last week or the week before. We've been mentioning this for quite some time. Is that we recommend that you differentiate who you're selling to, so that way, if you're selling to the same people, unfortunately, right now the way things look is that we can't differentiate you any differently from someone that's fraudulently selling to someone that is being legitimate, like I'm sure you are. So we will improve, we will get better at it, we just aren't quite there yet. Why did I not receive payment of my products after the 7th day of item received? So it sounds like, Patrick, that you're selling to the same people over and over again, and because of that, some of your bars are in the red, and as a result, the amount that you can cash advance is less. So that would be my assumption. I don't know your personal account, unfortunately, but that would be my assumption, is that if if all your bars are not in the green, or at least close to the green, you're definitely not getting the full amount that you could probably cash advance. If you sent a question to the coin, like I've mentioned the last couple of weeks, we do our best to get back to personal situations. Please keep following up if you're not getting your questions or answers met. Unfortunately, the state that we're at right now is we have limited resources, and we put them towards the things that are going to affect the most amount of people. We'd like to help every single individual with every single need that they have, but we're just not there yet. So the only thing that I ask you for is, remember, this is still an alpha product. We're trying to shift into beta. Part of shifting into beta is making it so that there's no issues with the product, that making it easy to use, but also we're ramping up the hiring so that we have more people to be able to take on individual issues like what you're asking for here. So until we get to that point, all I ask is please understand the situation that we're in, that we're working towards something better, and just please keep on following up, and we'll do our best to get back to you as quickly as possible. Can I pay my founder mission role with matured coins? Unfortunately, not at the moment. Why are we not accepting our own coin as payment for this service? The way that the mission roles are currently set up is that they're basically profitable for you from day one. So if we just allowed you to pay with, it's a way that we get revenue to be able to pay for, the platform, the infrastructure, the engineers that work on the things that you need, the marketing that we're trying to drive, and so that's one of the reasons why currently only Ether is being able to use for mission roles. We're actually about to add the credit card option again for people, since we've been getting many requests for that. Once we have enough revenues coming in such that we're able to do all the things that we need to do to be operating smoothly, then the ability for people to use some of their coins to buy will be possible, but we're just not quite there yet. So that's one of the main reasons. Hi Amanda, thanks for the update. It's been 3 months and I can't buy products. It always turns unpaid item. So please sounds like you already reported it. We will do our best to, like I said to Patrick, get to you as quickly as possible. Yeah, just please keep following up to the coin, and I hope that we can take care of you as quickly as possible. Iftikhar, I'm the admin of One Empower Country, but for many days you can't access this. Please write to us at thecoin@empowr.com and we can take a look at your account and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. Sergey, when will the coin exchange widget be introduced and how it will work? Hopefully you were with us at the start of the live stream. If not, please watch the replay. I walked everyone through the trading widget and how it will work. And hopefully next week or even today. Wolf, the current inherent problem with the Empower platform in the marketplace is the using of constantly declining and worthless token Empower G, and the insistence that citizens are required to spend real money to purchase products and Empower user and Empower level fees. So Wolf, I know you haven't posted any comments here lately, so I'm not sure how active you've been on the platform, but the ecosystem, the economy within Empower is in your local currency in dollars and whatever you want to use. It's not in the Empower coin. When you earn $10 here and you cash out, you get $10 worth of Empower coins, whether that's 1 trillion coins, 100 trillion coins, 1 coin, whatever it is at the time, you get full value for it. We put that in place at the start of this year, January 2nd, I believe it was. And so everything that's running within this economy is based on dollars or your local currency, just like Amazon, just like eBay. The difference is that when you cash out from here on Amazon and eBay, it goes to your PayPal account or your bank account in your local currency. Here, you get the cryptocurrency, which you can then immediately sell, assuming that we have trading volume, which is something that we're working on. You can immediately sell for the exact dollar amount that you cashed out in coins, and then you can go to Coinbase or wherever else you transfer your Ether to get your local currency. So I understand it's an extra step, but it's a critical step for us here, as hopefully you've read the many blog announcements we've had over the past year as far as why the need for cryptocurrency, our coin strategy, all of that is detailed very definitively, and without cryptocurrency this economy will not be able to scale, and so it's a necessary thing for us to have here. As you hopefully saw at the start of this hour, things like the trading widget, we're going to get better and better at making it as frictionless as possible, such that when you cash out $10, you can just go to a page, get your Ether for it instead of having to deal with an exchange, automating that process even for you, like I mentioned. And then probably the final step is, at some point as cryptocurrency and different people out the technology is evolving rapidly at this point, we'll figure out a way to make it so that that final step of changing Ether to whatever local currency you want it to be, that can be potentially automated or made very much more simplified as well. So we're evolving. This is still an alpha platform, like I mentioned. We're making it as simple as possible with the technology that's out there, constantly trying to figure out ways that we can evolve too. From what I've seen and from talking to DDEX, no other companies have been able to put together this kind of functionality that we've put together with the trading widget. So these are things that we're still coming up with ideas and figuring out what can we do with the resources that we have, with the tools that are out there to make it as easy as possible for people. But just to go back to answer your question, everything that you're complaining about here is already fixed and live. So I'm not sure if you're just not aware of it, or maybe you haven't tied the two together, but hopefully my explanation here has helped. Next question, do you have a list of how many bids, listings, postings, and sharing are required for the various power levels? So I hear you on that as well. We've discussed many times about trying to figure out a way to make it so that it's easier for people to hit their daily goals, and that is something that we do have on the short list of priorities that we'll be coming to pretty soon here, as far as figuring out what's a good balance. As you hopefully know, the higher up the power levels you go, the more you earn. So obviously, doing more things to get those earnings is required. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. But we do understand the need to, we don't want you to be pushed out or feel like you just can't possibly hit your goals as you move up and become more experienced in the platform. So we are going to be looking at that. Also, as a reminder for everyone, we also will be soon changing the way that both you are compensated when you hit your daily goal and how you're compensated from posting, as well as how power levels work. So up until now, and I think I'm about to answer Sergey's next question about pre-coins. So up until now, pre-coins have been used for two things. One of them being paying for your power user subscriptions. The other one is that they convert into coins when you spin the mission wheel and win coins on the wheel. So those are the two things that pre-coins have been good for. And so what we're about to do is make it so that one, power levels are basically going to be free. You will pay for them in coins, but you'll get it automatically refunded as long as you're hitting at least one daily goal. You're an active user, hitting at least one daily goal out of the month. So basically, they're free for anyone that's actually using the site. And so that need of pre-coins is now eliminated because power levels are basically going to be free, and the way that you upgrade and move up the power levels will be based on the number of daily goals that you're hitting. So that's one part of pre-coins that will be taken care of. The other part is that from your posting, you're no longer going to be paid for posting in pre-coins. We're going to pay you in coins. And when you hit your daily goal, whatever you earn from posting that day, we will increase by 10 times. And if you have a mission role, that amount will be increased by an additional 10 times, up to additional 10 times if you're a mission founder. So the need for pre-coins is basically eliminated because the only other thing other than power levels was to convert those pre-coins to coins when you spin the mission wheel. And now that we're paying you for your posting, there's no need for pre-coins. So we're not planning on doing anything with pre-coins. They will just be removed. And basically, the only value that they had will be taken care of with the way that we're changing the platform, simplifying it for people. Again, just to make it clear, we're all about, at this point, as we're getting towards beta, one, fixing all the bugs, getting the final features that are missing, like the trading widget, the buy listings, the merchant platform, the mobile apps, these missing things, getting those in place, and then simplifying the platform as much as possible so that as we're ramping up the marketing, new people come in and the learning curve that it took for all of you to figure out how everything works will be much less, and they'll get productive much faster, and we'll see a rush in how things are moving. Trading volume will take off, the marketplace will take off. All good things happen when we simplify, make sure that everything's working. And so that's our focus right now as we go into the path towards August. So removing pre-coins is just another confusion point for people, and making it so that everything that you got value from pre-coins, it just happens automatically for you. So that's taken care of there. And then just to get back to your question, the next thing in that series of optimizations and making things more user-friendly is figuring out how we can make it so that hitting your daily goals is not a pain point for anyone, either a brand new citizen or someone that's been here for years, finding that balance. So we'll be working on that. Sergey, I just handled your first question, actually your second question too. And then towards your point, yes, we will have a detailed blog post on how everything is going to work, and that will go out before or right about the time when all of that goes live, so that way everyone has all the information and they know what they need to do or how things have changed. So definitely, Sergey, will get that for you. John, in my previous question, I posed a conversion to a realistic hard ceiling on the amount of coins that can be released. In my opinion, that number would not exceed 10 billion coins, as was the original amount outline for the original coin. Let's just go to your next question since I'm assuming they're related. Do you think at some point in the near future that the Empower management may start rethinking the strategy of issuing coins without a hard finite limit? So I think, I understand, John, that you're coming from a place where most cryptocurrencies out there, they have a finite limit, they have a finite supply, and as such, as the demand increases, the supply cannot increase, so therefore the price must go up. Now that's fine and dandy for all those coins out there that have no actual value. You can't, all other than trading and day trading and figuring out how to make a profit when the price goes up or down, there's not a lot of things that you can do with those coins. With our cryptocurrency, we're not seeing it as something like that. We're seeing it as a transmission of value. So all that we care about is when you get $10 in your account here, if you want to cash that out, we'll give you $10 worth of coins, and we want to make sure that the trading volume on the exchange is high enough such that you can get that $10 immediately and go do whatever you want with it. So to answer your question, if we can get away with doing that with a finite number of coins, excellent. If not, our strategy has always been to make sure that the economy here is working, that people are able to get the coins that they need to cash out and get what they need. But outside of that, the short-term value of the coin is of no consequence to us. So like I mentioned earlier, we do have some changes in strategy in place to ensure that the price of the coin is not as volatile as it has been. And with the trading widget, the volume that we need, we believe will be there. So the combination of the supply, strategy that we have with the new coin that will be coming out and the volume that will be there with the trading widget, I think that will resolve the ultimate concern which you have here is you want to make sure that the coins that you have outside of the platform are not, just going down by 100% in value every single day. Definitely understand. We don't like it either, like I said, and we think that we have things that we can fix it with. But at the end of the day, we do not focus on the price of the coin on the outside of the platform. We focus on making sure that that the economy here is working as best as it can, and when you have funds to cash out, that you can cash it out quickly, get ether or dollars or whatever you want for it, and go about your business. That's what we're focused on. So to answer your question, I don't have an answer for you. We're going to keep on tweaking and figuring out what works best. Like I've mentioned many times, even though we're headed into beta, this is still an alpha product right now. We're still fine-tuning things, and we'll continue to do that even as a beta product. Obviously, more things will be cooked. The bugs in the platform will be, for the most part, resolved or resolved quickly as they come up. But things will still be changing as we move forward, just like any economy does. Things are always changing, even in physical economies around the world. I think that's it from everyone. I hope I was able to address everyone's questions. I hope that I was able to address the items that we have coming up for everyone. Again, I know it's taking longer than we'd like, but they are coming. We are very close, and I'm hoping that by next week, we can have some actual tangible things for you to be playing around with and seeing what we're doing. So thank you all again for making the time to be with us today. Sorry again for being late and the technical difficulties at the beginning, but hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Thank you all.